Good morning and welcome to day 69 on the PCT. It's a little dark this morning, even though it's 8:30. It's about 52 degrees. It's still damp everywhere. It didn't rain last night, but I slept pretty good. I had a lot of elk bugling last night, which I'm kind of getting used to. It seems like this part of Washington has just elk everywhere. Today, I'm planning on doing at least 20 miles. That's about 3,000 feet of elevation gain. I am 50 miles away from Snoqualmie Pass. I'll be there in 3 days. If I do 20 today and 20 tomorrow, that'll leave me 10 miles left to do on the third day. Plan on taking a zero in Snoqualmie, resupply, clean up, all that good stuff. I've never been in this part of Washington before, so this is all new to me. I can't wait to see what there is. And also today, priority is drying out my stuff. It's clear blue skies today. At some point the sun's got to come out, and I need to lay out my sleeping bag, my quilt, sleeping pad, my tent, some of my clothes, and just let it all dry out because it's still soaking wet. I don't want it to get all mildewy or moldy or anything. That's a big goal for today. One thing I'll never get used to is the constant sound of buzzing, like of insects, like bees, flies, whatever they are. You hear that? It just sounds like there's constantly a swarm of bees flying above me at all times. It's so loud. Imagine there's beehives everywhere. I've seen a lot of paper wasp nests that have just been laying in trails. I've probably seen close to 10 of them since I started. I've seen a couple hanging in trees, so I know they're out there. I bet there's a lot more than I realize, and that's probably why I hear that buzzing all the time. Hey, as long as they don't attack me, I'm good. A little ironic, I was just talking about all the bees, because literally a couple minutes later, I'm walking down trail and something starts stinging me on the back of my calf. I think it's just a twig at first, so I go to brush it off, and then it stings me behind my knee, and then I hear it. It's a bee or a wasp or something just chilling on my leg, stinging me. I think I got hit 3 times. Couldn't see it. That's the messed up part. Like, I could just feel it stinging me. And then I swatted at it, and I got stung again. And I swatted, and I kept getting stung. Maybe I was around a beehive, and that's why I was hearing them swarming. Also, there's a bunch of elk around here. There's some taking off through the woods right now. You can't see them now, but there's hoof prints all along the trail I've been following this morning. I keep hearing them thundering through the brush and catching glimpses of them. Hopefully I can get one on camera again. Redeem myself for calling them moose over by White Pass. See if I can show you my bites. There's 1, 2, and then I got another one right there. Yeah, you got me pretty good. I don't know if they were stings or bites. Luckily, I'm not allergic. I thought I was gonna get all the way through hiking this trail without getting stung. That's the first time I've been stung since I can't even remember. I was a kid. It's been a long time. I'll deal. Finally got a good view of Mount Rainier from this backside. Look at that. That is amazing. Ran into some trail magic about a mile back, mile and a half. They had a site set up, a beautiful view of Mount Rainier, and burgers, hot dogs, all sorts of stuff. Really nice. Set up by a former PCT hiker and some of his friends. I'm drawing a blank right now. So what his trail name was, dang it. It was Shepherd. Shepherd is his trail name. Shepherd, thank you, and your friends for the trail magic. Much appreciated. You guys rock. Also, I met some other hikers there that were ahead of me yesterday, and I asked if anyone else had been stung. And yes, they said a lot of people have been getting stung by wasps in that area, so it wasn't just me. I stopped here for lunch. So I've got my sleeping pad and my quilt strung over trees, and everything's drying out really nice. Finishing up some lunch here, and then I'm gonna pack everything back up and take off. It's about 2 o'clock right now. I'm not starving because I did have Trail Magic, but I'm always hungry. So I stopped to dry my stuff. I figured I might as well eat something, right? And I forgot to tell you guys that in another 4 or 5 miles, there's more Trail Magic. I'm eating good today, so I can't complain. This mountain's steep. You see that sweat? Yeah. That's real sweat. It's only 72 degrees right now. This is very steep. Like, it doesn't look like it on camera, but well, look at there. This sign confirms it. Awesome Trail Magic. 200 feet to the left. There's a road here. I'm gonna follow it down there. I assume that's where the Trail Magic's at. Can't smell anything yet, but I'm sure there's some good food. Whew. Breathe. Well, it's been my lucky day. About 1.5 miles, 2 miles back, I ran into the second Trail Magic of the day. Had a hamburger and a peach, fresh from Yakima, soda, a cookie, and they even sent me on the trail with some veggies and an apple and another cookie and some extra freeze-dried meals. So huge shout out to Trail Angels there. I'm definitely gonna be a Trail Angel one day. But yeah, another 300 feet of elevation to the top of this hill, and then it's all downhill from there. It's 6 o'clock right now, and I've only gone about 14 miles. Which is not good. I think I'll stop at around 17 miles tonight, 18 miles maybe. I'm gonna hike till about 7:30 and see where that puts me, and that's Wall Camp. So yeah, I'm gonna focus on hiking. My arm's getting tired and I'm out of breath, as you can tell. So this is a pretty steep grade. So I will catch you guys a little bit later when I can breathe, probably downhill. All right, made it to camp, and it's not a bad place. It's not exactly flat, I'd say. I picked the flattest spot that there was. There's about 4 or 5 spots here, but this is good enough. It's flat enough. I've slept on a lot more slanted surfaces than this. Oh, the feet hurt. Whew. I haven't given you guys a blister update for a while, have I? Well, guess what? There's nothing to report. There's no blisters, so I got this new pair of shoes in Cascade Locks, and I really think that was the problem. I mean, it's the same exact size and brand and model of shoe, Ultra Lone Peak 6, but I think the other ones were just wore out, and they had holes on the sides, so my toes were sticking out, and I think that had something to do with it, because once I got those new shoes, I really haven't had any since, and I've been pulling 20+ mile days. So I think it was the shoes for sure. Or maybe my feet are just broken in now and calloused, and I don't know, but they do hurt like hell every day. It's like deep bruising inside my foot. Sometimes like sharp pains shoot through my heels and in the ball of my foot and just all over. Maybe I could find shoes with a little bit more cushioning. It helped getting those insoles, those super feet insoles. But all in all, it's either these shoes or it's just part of the trail. I know everybody's feet hurt, and I don't know to what degree because I'm not in their shoes literally. The darn tough socks are holding up just fine, besides being packed full of dirt and sweat, but they haven't got any holes in them because they're darn tough. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready, set up my bed, and get munching. Good morning, welcome to day 70 on the PCT. That's a lot of days away from home, but it's beautiful this morning. It's nice and cool, 52 degrees, 32 miles left until Snoqualmie Pass, so I should be there tomorrow afternoon. I was talking to someone on the trail yesterday and reminding me that you only have 15 actual days left on trail if I'm going 20 miles a day. That's not including 0 days. Less than 20 days, folks. I'll be back home. I'm looking forward to that. I did wake up a little homesick this morning, missing everyone back home, so it's been on my mind. I am enjoying the trail. It's beautiful and I'm glad I came out here, but I am getting ready to go home. I do want this to come to an end soon. I'm not quitting until I get to Canada, so don't worry. I'll make it. Looks like might get some rain today. It's starting to get overcast and a little chillier. I'm okay with that. I'm getting warm climbing up this mountain. A little cool air and some rain. Feel kind of good. Wouldn't mind. As long as it was just short, temporary, not the rest of the day. It's been a while since I've seen a tree that big on the trail. That's a decent sized one. You guys know how I am about my trees. I just had to show you. I haven't recorded anything for a little bit, and I'm trying to distract myself from going uphill, so. I mean, I had to show you the tree. It was super important. Stopped for lunch a little bit ago. Yeah, there was a spring there, so I refilled my water. It's gotten very cloudy and cold. It's down in the 50s again, and the clouds that rolled in, they look like rain, so I'm expecting it to start pouring any second. Gone about 11.5 miles. It's about 3:30, 3:15, something like that. My goal is still 20 miles for today. More than that if I can. There's a lot of elevation today. Close to like 5,000 feet of elevation. Something like that. And I can feel it. There's those clouds I was talking about rolling in. It's cool. It almost looks like smoke. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is a huckleberry. There are a ton of these huckleberry bushes everywhere along the trail. See those reddish leaves? They're just lining the sides of the trail for miles. Okay, so I think even you can see from the camera how steep that is. It's a decent incline. When I was taking my lunch break earlier today, I passed a southbound hiker, and he told me that there's more trail magic. He said, look for it by the power lines. Once I get to the top of this hill, there's power lines. But then there's 2 more places downhill where there's also power lines. So one of those 3 places apparently has trail magic. I could use a nice burger, soda, something like that. So that's keeping me motivated. All right, coming up on my first set of high voltage power lines up on top of the mountain. It's really weird just crossing those power lines from that side of the forest over to here. It's a completely different looking forest. It got really dark. It's very eerie, to be honest with you. It's beautiful, but yeah, definitely dark and eerie. This is weird. I've seen trees that look like this before. That weird shape to them, but there's a bunch of them in this forest. Got that one there. Way back there. See that little branch sticking out? Same thing. Where's another one? There's one right there. There's one behind it, way back there. There's another one right there. It's really weird. Never seen so many of those in one spot. Is that natural? Can somebody tell me? Is that a normal thing or is that man-made? There's another one. Here's the weirdest example I've seen. Look at that. Tree is bent over completely right there, and then all the branches go straight up. What the heck is that? Weird. What is up with this forest? All right, last one, I promise. Isn't that weird looking though? That one's actually part of that tree. It grew up and then made that weird shape. It's starting to spit rain a little bit here, and I just came up on the second set of power lines. Still no sign of people. Trail magic. So it's gotta be the next one. Oh, what's that? Like a little building up there. There's one more set of power lines to go. That's where the trail magic's gotta be. Unless this guy was bluffing, then that would be just mean. Got my hopes all set. Nah, I don't think he was bluffing. I think it's up here. Probably at the next set or somewhere in between. Look at, there's a deer up there. Standing right in the middle of the trail. Looks like a doe. It's pretty. Looks a little different than the deer I'm used to seeing. Looks like its neck is missing some fur. You see that? Yeah. It looks weird. Huh. Interesting. Maybe shedding? I don't know if deer shed. Rubbing on something. Hey, buddy. Looks like a young deer. There it goes. Oh, there's one. Right there. I told you, there's always more than one. Not always, but usually. Hey, pal. What's going on? They're not very scared. Seem kind of used to people. Must be campgrounds nearby. That's really cool. I love seeing wildlife. I just don't like it when it sneaks up on me. That one wasn't bad. It's not like a elk crashing across the trail. It was just, this one deer was just frozen there, so I didn't see it for a second. It blended in, just motionless. Really good camouflage when they're not moving. Coming up on the third and final set of high voltage power lines. I can hear these crackle. those right there, they surprised me. Those are really close down to the trail. Way closer than these up here. I'm sure they're safe. There's not a pile of fried hikers over here, so it should be all right. I see a sign. It probably says Trail Magic. Oh, hell yeah, it does. Trail Magic. And I see people up ahead. All right, guys, this is it. I'll check in with you later. Awesome Trail Magic. I want to say thank you to yet another PCT hiker doing Trail Magic, Still Phil. They had curry, salad, cookies, Coca-Cola. He hit the spot, I'll tell you what. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys, what you're doing. I hope I meet you out there on trail again sometime. All right, it's raining a lot harder than it was. My camera lens is all fogged up. It's very dark. Even though I think it's only like 5:30, the clouds make it seem very, very dark. I've got 5 miles to go. I'm wet camping tonight. And I'm not talking about the rain. There is a creek I'm camping at. If I can make it up this hill. Almost to camp. I hate to keep doing this, but I'm only going like 17 and a half miles today. By the time I get to camp here, it's in like 0.1 miles. I'll have just barely 16 miles left to go tomorrow to get to Snoqualmie Pass. I can get there by like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Should be coming up on the campsite any second now. I think this might be it actually. It says there's supposed to be room for 4 tents. Yeah, that looks like it. Let's see what we got here. Is it true? Can you fit 4 tents here? Oh yeah, you probably fit more than that. I like this spot over here, kind of back in the trees. Oh yeah, there we go, perfect. Nice. All right, that's where I'm sleeping tonight. Let's see if there are any Widowmakers around. Nope, everything looks good. Right next to trail here, but that's okay. I don't mind. There's not a lot of people on trail these days anyways. Pretty much just me and the people ahead of me. Ooh, there's actually some spots farther back. Hold on, check this out. Some spots farther back here in the trees I might like even better. A little more private. There we go. Yeah, this one will work. Sorry, this picture's getting a little grainy. It's kind of dark out, but I like it. All right, I got my tent set up and it's starting to spit rain just a tiny bit. It's probably gonna rain more tonight, but everything in here is dry, so that's good. My socks are a little damp, but that's not a big deal. So I did 17.7 miles today, and I've got 16.1 miles to get to Snoqualmie Pass tomorrow, which is no problem. I'm gonna wake up at 6, get on trail by 7. I can be in town by like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, which is perfect. I'm gonna unpack, get my bed set up, and then think about eating, and then maybe do it. We'll see if I'm tired, too tired to eat. That rarely happens, so I'll let you guys know. Welcome to day 71 on the PCT. This morning is a little foggy and slightly rainy. It's just barely drizzling. Just about got my stuff packed up. Just got to break down the tent, hit the trail. It's about 48 degrees right now, so kind of chilly. That means I can just go faster and I don't have to sweat as much. So I'm gonna get packed up and I'll catch you guys on the trail. It's so quiet out here. All you can hear is the chirping of the birds, some water dropping from the trees from the leftover rain. It's very peaceful. Gives you a lot of time to think out here. Look at that big old mushroom. Appeared in my foot. It's a decent sized one. Does anybody know what kind of mushroom that is? Someone was saying on the Far Out app that there were turkey of the forest and lion's mane out this direction. I know what lion's mane looks like, but I have no idea what turkey of the forest looks like. I'm assuming that's a play on chicken of the sea tuna, turkey of the forest. I could be wrong, but if you know what kind of mushroom that is, let me know. This is beautiful. Little stream here coming down a waterfall on the rocks. Crossing the path. Well, shoot. Do I get water here? I don't know. I still have a couple liters left. I looked at the map, and there is water like every couple of miles from here until Snoqualmie, so I definitely don't need to refill here and carry that extra weight. I've got hotel reservations thanks to Michaela. This place has a hot tub. It's got a restaurant, so everything you can need. The only thing I need to find out is if they have laundry. Last time I actually washed my clothes was in Cascade Locks. I mean, I hand washed my clothes in the sink at Packwood 6 days ago. I was just with hot water and some free hotel shampoo that was there. So they weren't that clean. I got most of the dirt and sweat out of them, but it didn't clean them that great. So you could use an actual washing machine. That'd be beautiful. There's some big leaves, and they got some major spikes on them. Look at that. See, a lot of spikes. I don't know what that is, but that wouldn't be fun to walk through. That's for sure. There's a lot of them out here. Pretty much the whole forest is full of them right here. When I left camp this morning, I had 16.1 miles to go till Snoqualmie Pass with around 3,100 feet of elevation gain. I consider that a pretty mild day. That's not bad at all. What my elevation is right now above sea level, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's somewhere around 5,000 feet. This trail seems to hover between 4,000 and 6,000. So somewhere in there. So here's the answer to the elevation question. This is Yakima Pass elevation, 3,575 feet at Twilight Lake. So a lot lower than I expected. I am 6.5 miles in. Got less than 10 miles left to get to Snoqualmie Pass, and a hot shower and a warm meal. Not that far from the pass because I can see it right there. See the highway with cars going by. So tiny. Getting a lot closer. Should be there in an hour or two, I think. So how long do you think that sign's been there for? This tree ate it. Check this out. See those wires? High voltage power line wires? Go all the way up to the top of that mountain. Way up there. And that is a big old mountain. That is Snoqualmie Pass. Very, very busy. I love the feeling of this forest. Just the fog moving through the trees, the raindrops falling from the tree branches, the smell of the forest in the air. It's beautiful. I have a little less than 3 miles to go before I hit Snoqualmie Pass. It's been kind of rough. There's a lot of rocks and a lot of roots, challenging to go fast on, so I decided just to take my time. I'm ahead of schedule. Just gonna enjoy this before I get to the pass, and I'll show you guys when I get there. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the trail right here. It's just rock and tree roots. It makes it very difficult to go quick. This trail is not meant for going fast. It'll warm you up real quick if you're chilly. About a mile away. Look at that view. A lot of clouds up there, but those mountains are amazing. Got some chairlifts right there and a ski resort. But wow. My hotel's down there. I think that's it right there. Soon I'll be taking a hot shower, eating some good food, laying on a soft bed, maybe even doing laundry. I cannot wait. Today's good though. I went pretty quick. Slowed down towards the end because my feet started hurting and the terrain got a little rough, but still I'm making really good time. It's only 2:40, so I'll be there about an hour earlier than I expected. Of course, I didn't really take a lunch break. I stopped and had a snack and took some Advil, maybe 15-20 minutes, but that's it. So I cruised down here. It's worth it. Tomorrow I get to take a break, rest day. The rest of today's a rest day. It's gonna be good. Very, very good. Just walking into part of the buildings right now, or about to. This is where I'm gonna say goodbye for today. I might record something later today. Maybe while we're here, ride a chairlift to the top of the mountain or something. If I do something fun like that, I'll record it and I'll show you guys. Otherwise, it's time for me to rest and enjoy the lovely sound of these cars. Just kidding, I miss nature. I don't want to camp here anymore. I want to go back to the woods. I can't do it here.